So, na-clear naman, na-clear. Or okay naman, clear naman so far sa inyo to. Naintindihan naman itong letter A. So, sinong may katanungan or sinong hindi nakagets?
Get, sir.
Right.
Get, sir.
Good. Sa mga nakuha, very good. So, I hope ganun din sa iba. Okay, so let's proceed to letter B. So, hatiin ko lang kasi ito yung part na yan, medyo magulo. Okay? So, ito yung 1 natin. Line up lang ulit natin pababa. Okay? Or list down pababa. And then, ito yung another 1. And then, ito yung 0. Another 1. Another 1. And then, another 0. And then, lastly is the 1. Okay, so ganun siya. Hindi siya nakaline up pababa. Kaya medyo magulo. Anyway. And then, after nyo ilista lahat yon, so multiply nyo lang sila lahat times 2 or times sa base natin. So dito, times 2 since ito yung base natin. Okay? And then mula sa decimal, mula sa right, or mula sa, papunta na lang sa left muna, yun ang sa whole number. So raised to 0, raised to 1, raised to 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then mula ulit sa decimal, so this one is raised to negative 1, raised to negative 2, raised to negative 3. Okay? So, i-match na lang to lahat. So, 1 times 2 raised to 6, 1 times 2 raised to 5, 0 times 2 raised to 4, and then 1 times 2 raised to 3, 1 times 2 raised to 2, and then 0 times 2 raised to 1, and then 1 times 2 raised to 0. So, yun yung integer part natin or yung whole number. And then for the decimal or fraction part, so 1 times 2 raised to negative 1, 0 times 2 raised to negative 2, and then 1 times 2 raised to negative 3. Okay? So, gamit lang kayo ng calculator. Okay? So, dapat nire-recheck nyo na habang ginagawa or habang ina-explain ko. And then you will get those values. Okay? So, 1 times 2 raised to 6 is 64. 1 times 2 raised to 5 is 32. And so on and so forth. Hanggang ma-reach nyo yung pinakadulo. Which is 1 times 2 raised to 3 or raised to negative 3 is 1/8. Okay? So basically, add nyo lang to lahat. And then you will get 109.625. Check ako. So, you can use your calculator or yung calculator mismo ng phone nyo or ng desktop or ng laptop. Okay? And then, let me know kapag same sila ng sagot. Sino nagte-test or sino nagte-try? Para man lang alam ko, mamaya pala wala namang nagte-try, naghihintay tayo.
Sir, tama po.
Tama. It's good coming from Miss RB. Karen. Anong apelyido mo dyan? Karen or RB?
Sir, ano po, Nafianog po.
Wala.
Second name po.
So, pangalan na pala to, RB Karen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tataka ko bakit. Nasaan yung apelyido niya? Kasi parang parehas na pangalan, sabi ko. Parehas pala talagang pangalan. First name. Okay, how about the others? Na-try niyo ba? Or tiwala na kayo na tama yan? Alright, so I think na-try nyo na or na-test nyo na, I hope. Sana nga. So hindi tayo pwede masyado magtagal dito since marami pa, C, D, E, F pa. Okay, so let's move on to letter C. So we have, accept ko lang to. Okay, so we have 4,536 base 8. Okay, so line up nyo lang ito pababa. 4, 5, 3, 6. And then multiply it to our base, which is 8. So times 8 lahat yan. And then raise to 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so 4 times 8 raised to 3, 5 times 8 raised to 2, and then 3 times 8 raised to 1, 6 times 8 raised to 0. And then just add all of those, and then you will get this one, 2,398 base 10. So again, do not forget to include the base. Okay, so may base tayo dito, may base din tayo dito. This is an indicator that you have already converted this binary into decimal. And then this octal into decimal. Okay, so very important. Pero kapag sa canvas, let's say, hindi nyo naman malagay yung base, so do not include the base anymore. So, ito na lang, 2,398. So, ilagay nyo lang doon, 2,398. Huwag nyo na rin i-include yung comma. Okay? Kasi mamamali lang yung sagot nyo. So, simply put 2,398. Pero kapag nasa paper to, let's say kompleto lahat, solution, and then yung unit pati sa paper. So, dapat ilagay nyo rin yung base. So, very important to. Okay, so next one is 127, 127, and then that 4. So, raise to 1 to, mali, raise to 0. Lagi ito naman, raise to 1 and then raise to 2. And then this 4 is raised to negative 1. Okay? And then, multiply nyo lang lahat to by to its base, which is 8. So 1 times 2, 1 times 8 raised to 2, and then 2 times 8 raised to 1, 7 times 8 raised to 0, and then 4 times 8 raised to negative 1. And then you will get this one, 87.5 base 10. Okay, so I hope tinatry nyo rin or tinetest nyo rin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are they the same? Do we have the same answer, 87.5 and then 2,398?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's good. Alright, so may mga question naman so far or wala? Kung hindi gumagana yung mic, you can use our chat box. Alright, so I think wala ng question. So masyadong tahimik. Okay, nag-chat. Sir, 110 po lumabas sa B kanina. Letter B. 109.625. Okay. So, itong part ng fraction part is 0.625. And then ito is 109. Whole number natin. So, double check. Baka naka-round off lang. I hope they're the same. Kasi sabi ni Miss RB kanina, she also got this one, 109.625. Alright, so habang hinihintay namin yung confirmation sa sino pa yung nag-chat kanina? From Mr. Riz Tabarejo. Oops, private pala to, hindi nyo pala makita. Pero yung tanong niya sa akin is kung 110 ba yung lumabas sa letter B. Pero may decimal kasi. Okay, so please recheck that one. Okay, so moving on, letter E. So dito naman na, it is asking us to convert hexadecimal to decimal. So same process pa rin. To slide it up from B65F. So B is 11. So I hope nakuha nyo kung bakit 11 to. Okay? Nanggaling yan dito. Okay? So in decimal, 11. And then in hexadecimal, that's letter B. Okay, so 11, 6, 5, and then letter F is 15. And then multiply everything to our base, which is 16, and then sa power na lang magkakatalo. So this is raised to 0, raised to 1, raised to 2, and raised to 3. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and then 0. And then just add everything, and then you will get this one, 46,687. Please double check, and then let me know if you've also got the same answer, 46,687.
Tama, sir.
Okay, so I hope the others also checked one. So coming from Mr. Charles, he said that the same daw. Okay, so dito rin, ganoon din lang, meron lang tayong fraction. So letter A is 10, letter C is 12, and then letter E is 14, and then 8, so 8, same pa rin. Okay, so from the decimal, of course, 0 to, and then 1, and then negative 1, then negative 2. Okay, so we have 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. Okay, just add everything, and then you will get this one, 172.90625. Base 10. So, wag na wag niyong kakalimutan yung base natin. Okay? Those units or those base are very important. That's an indicator that you have already converted this hexadecimal into decimal. So, just say anything if you're done checking. Are they the same or no? Okay, so I can see that Mr.
Tama, sir.
Charles is using a calculator in his desktop or laptop. So, pwede nyo rin gawin yon to check kung wala kayong calculator na hawak-hawak ngayon. Okay? So, said that we are the same. So, that's good. Okay, so let's move on. So, any number aside from, or any base aside from 2, 8, 10, and then 16, we call those n base. Okay? So, if we have a base of 3, 4, ano pa ba, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, hanggang 15. Yeah, hanggang 15. So those are n base. Okay, for example, convert this base 3 into decimal. Okay. So nagbago lang is yung multiplier natin. Okay, since dito naman nakasalalay yung multiplier natin sa base natin. So just line up everything, 1, 2, and then 2. And then multiply it by 3 since yun yung base natin. And then this one is negative 1, 0, and then 1. Okay? So we have 0. Sino nag-drawing yan? So we have 0. We have 1 pala, 1, 0, and then negative 1. Okay? So just simply do the math, and then you will get 5.66666. Base 10. Alright, so the same with this one, 123.1, base 5. Okay, so meron tayong decimal ulit. So from here, we have negative 1, 0, 1, and then 2. Okay, so line up yun ng bababa, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And then multiply everything by 5 since yun yung base natin. And then 2, 1, 0, negative 1. 2, 1, 0, negative 1. Then just add everything, and then you will get 38.2. So, any questions so far? So, dito naman, sobrang simple pa lang naman. So, I hope lahat kayo nag-gets nyo itong part na to. Are we good with this one? So, tanungin ko lang kung lahat kayo nag-gets nyo ba? You can type in our chat box kung na-gets. So, meron
Yes, sir.
dito.
Sir, gets
Yes,
po.
sir.
That's good. Merong questions si Miss Cachola or Mr. Cachola. Sir, pag i-convert sa decimal, lagi po ang 10 ang base. Since it is asking us to convert that base into decimal, so dapat yung base na, yung pinaka-final answer is 10 dapat. Or yung pinaka-unit nyo is 10 dapat.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Alright, so another example is we have base 9 and then it is asking us to convert it to decimal. So, same process. Lagay nyo lang ito pababa. 8, 7, 5, 4, and then 3. And then multiply everything by 9. And then mula sa decimal, we have negative 1, negative 2, 0, 1, and then 2. Okay? So, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. And then just add everything and then you will get this one. Same process with this one. Okay, so letter A is 10, letter B is 11. This one is raised to negative 1, 0, 1, and then 2. Okay, so we have a power up to 1, 0, and then negative 1. 2, 1, 0, and then negative 1. And then, so I think alam nyo na to, lahat yan i-multiply nyo by 13 since yun yung base natin. Okay, and then just add everything and then you will get this one. And then do not forget to include the base. Okay, so again, this is an indicator that you have already converted this base 13 to 10 or the decimal, and then this base 9 to decimal. Okay? So I hope clear itong part na to. So my question, just interrupt me anytime. Alright, so supposedly, I will give this one as your exercise. But then again, since parang kulang na kulang tayo sa oras, since next week nga is will be your midterm exam na. So, hindi ko na ito papagawa. Ang papagawa ko na lang is quiz na lang. So, we'll be having a one-time quiz for this module. Instead of having a lot of, let's say, 3 quizzes in this 4th module. So, isang quiz na lang. One quiz in this 4th module. So, eto, iiwan ko to lahat as your assignment. No need yung ipasa. Okay? So, let's call it practice assignment. Okay? And then,
Yes, sir.
let's say, kung gusto nyo mag-practice talaga, so gawin nyo, and then picturean nyo, and then send nyo sa akin. And then, pwede nyo akong tanungin, sir, tama ba to? Tama ba itong ginawa ko dito? Ganito, ganyan. Para at least man lang, alam nyo kung tama ba yung ginagawa nyo. Okay? Sir, i-round to 5 decimals po ba lagi? What do you mean 5 decimals? Saan part? Dito.
Yes, sir, dyan po.
Ano? So, magiging complication to kapag identification yung pinagawa ko. Anyway, sige, gagawin ko na lang multiplication. Okay? Gagawin ko multiplication yung choices nyo para hindi na kayo magkaroon ng problema kung ilang decimal ba yung kukunin nyo palagi. Okay, so kung ano yung pinakamalapit, yun na yung kunin yung sagot. Okay, so multiplication. Alright, so next one is converting a decimal to any base. So vice versa naman na tayo. From decimal to any base. Alright, so wait lang. Kakahugas ko. Alright, so here are the steps on how to convert a decimal to any base. So step 1 is repeatedly divide the given decimal number by the base where you want decimal to be converted to until the quotient is 0. Second step is for each division operation, tally the remainder. And then third is if the quotient is already 0, write all the tallied remainders by reading them in upward direction. And then, paulit-ulit lang to, okay? So, repeatedly divide. So, saka lang kayo titigil kapag yung quotient nyo na is 0. So, for you to appreciate this one, we have an example here. Okay, so we have a decimal and then it is asking us to convert this to binary. So 13 divided by 2. So saan natin nakuha yung 2? Dito sa pagko-convert na natin. Okay? So nakadepending dividend natin sa gusto nating pag-convertan na representation of numbers. So if this one is octal, so you have to divide this one by 8. If this one is hexadecimal, then you have to divide this one by 16. Okay, so ganun lang kasimple. Okay, and then this one is actually parang divided by 2 parts wherein we have integer quotient and then a remainder. Okay, so para malaman natin kung ano ilalagay natin sa integer quotient and the remainder, just simply do the math. So 13 divided by 2 is 6. Okay, and then we have a remainder of 1. So kung gagamitin niyo yung calculator, wait, let me just get my calculator. Thank you. So 13 divided by 2. So you will get, oops, ika lang, mali. So you will get 6.5.
6.5.
Okay? So yung 6 ilagay niya dito sa integer quotient since ito yung whole number lang ilalagay natin dito. And then yung 0.5, ika lang, yung 0.5, ito, multiply nyo siya by 2. Okay? Or kung ano man yung dividend nyo, then you will get 1. 0.5 times 2 is of course 1. So the same with this one. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So remainder of 0. So wala na siyang fraction part. Then 3 divided by 2, you will get 1.5. Okay? So yung 0.5 dito, multiply nyo lang by 2, then you will get a remainder of 1. Okay? Sige, ganun yan. And then, kunin nyo lang to ulit. 1 divided by 2, of course, you will get 0.5. Okay? Ano yan? 0.5. So, since 0 na yung sa integer natin, so just simply write 0. Then 0.5 times 2, then you will get 1. So kailan nyo malalaman pag mag-i-stop na kayo kapag 0 na yung integer quotient nyo. Then kung ano man yung nakuha yung sagot dito sa remainder, just read it from bottom to top. 1101 base 2. Okay? So I hope that one is clear. Any questions so far or clarification?
Answer.
So saka lang kayo titigil kapag yung integer quotient natin is already 0. Okay? So next one, so find 37 base 10 to binary. Okay, so yung dividend natin is 2. Okay, and then sulat na kayo ng dalawang part. We have the integer quotient and then the remainder. So first is 37 divided by 2 is 18.5. So yung 0.5, multiply it by 2, then you'll get a remainder of 1. 18 divided by 2 is 9, remainder 0. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So 0.5 times 2, you'll get 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2, remainder 0. 2 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. And then 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So just simply put here 0. And then yung 0.5 will be multiplied to times 2. Then you'll get a remainder of 1. So kapag 0 na to, stop na kayo and then read everything sa remainder from bottom to top. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Which is this one. Okay? So, nagets naman so far? Sinong hindi nakagets, please let me know para ma-explain ko ulit. Or sinong nakagets, please let me know din para alam ko man lang kung may nakagets ba talaga.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nuggets, sir.
Very good. Basic na basic, no?
Yes, sir.
Basic na basic kasi
Medyo, sir.
open notes eh. Okay, so actually wala na kayong problemahin formula ngayon. Ngayon pa lang, ayan, lista nyo lang lahat dyan sa mahiwagan yung paper and then kapag mag-quiz kayo or exam. So, ayan. Ang mahalaga lang is ma-recall nyo kung anong klaseng formula ba yung gagamitin. Dito, marami namang example, so hindi kayo mahihirapan. Alright, so next one. So, decimal to octal conversion. Okay, so nabago lang yung pag-convert natin pero same process pa rin. Okay, so instead of having a dividend of 2, now we have to divide it by 8. Okay, so 2010 divided by 8 is 251 point something. Let me just use my calculator. So gamit din yan ang calculator nyo para matry nyo rin, para ma-experience nyo rin. So 2010 divided by 8 is 251.25. So we have a decimal of 25 here. So 0.25 times 8, you will get 2. Please recheck that one. 0.25 times 8. Yeah, it's 2. Okay, and then 251 divided by 8 is 31 point something. 251 divided by 8 is 31.375. Okay, so 0.375 times 8 is 3. So that's how you've got your remainder. And then 31 divided by 8 is, so 3 lang of course. So 8, 16, 24. So pwede nyo nang i-manual to actually. So 31 minus 24 is 7. Okay, or kung gusto nyo gamitin calculator, okay lang din naman. And then 3 divided by 8 is cannot be. Or pwede pa rin naman. Pero ang lalabas dito is 0.375. So 0.375 times 8, then you'll get a remainder of 3. And then just read everything from bottom to top. 3732 base 8. So do not forget to include the base. That's very important. That's an indicator that we have already converted this decimal into octal. Okay?
Okay.
Any question or clarification? Pag may naisipan lang kayong kahit anong question, tanong lang kayo. Don't be shy. Nandito kayo para matuto. Or pag naguguluhan kayo, tanong lang kaagad. Pwede kayo magsulat, no? Hindi ko pa natry yan eh. May nagsulat ng kulay yellow sa 732. So, yun nga lang, hindi ko alam kung sino yung sumagot. Kaya, tinatawag ko palagi. Pwede sana yun as a recitation. Tapos pakita yung solution dito. Pero masyado nga lang mahirap since yun nga, mouse din yung gamit. Or kung mayaman naman, so pwede yung iPad or mga tablets, di ba?
Naka-stylus.
Oh, yun, naka-stylus, Samsung. Ako naka-Samsung Note. Yayamanin. Anyway, so I think wala na kayong katanungan. Next one. Convert 2010 base 10 to hexadecimal. So it is asking us to convert it to hexadecimal. So our dividend now is 16. Okay, which is 1. So 2010 divided by 16, then you will get, kayo nga rin sumagot, ano makukuha natin? 125 point
625.
625 po.
25. Yeah, that's good. Then multiply this 1.625 to 16, then you will get 10. Tama?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So may narinig ko ang tama. And then again, magkakaroon tayo ng double conversion dito since in hexadecimal, hindi niya tinatanggap yung 10 as 10 lang talaga. Okay. Sa hexadecimal, kapag nabasa niya yung 10, convert niya into letter A. So we have to convert that 1 to letter A. Okay. So this is the representation of 10 in hexadecimal. Okay. Then copy this 1125 divided by 16, then you will get 7 point something. Anong point dito?
Divided by 16.8125.
8125. So multiply this 0.8125 to 16, then you will get 13. So again, in hexadecimal 13 is letter D. Okay. Then once you're done with this one, so 7 divided by 16 is 0 point something. So ano man yung
4375, sir.
375. Tama?
4375.
4375. Okay. Then multiply this 0.4375 to 16, then you'll get 7. And once you're done with that, just read it from bottom to top. 7BA. Base 16.
Sir, yung letters hanggang 15 lang, no?
Hanggang 15 lang, which is letter F. So, wala namang magiging, kasi pag 16 na yung value dito, let's say 16 yung natira dito, di ba? 16 divided by 16 is 1. So, wala kayong magiging value na 16 dito. Okay, medyo imposible yun. That is why hanggang letter F lang tayo, or a remainder of 15. Okay? Alright, so the next one is 2010 to base 12. So same process, instead of having a dividend of 16, we now have a dividend of 12. So 2010 divided by 12 is 167 point something.
5.
Anong point to?
0.5, sir.
0.5. So 0.5
Yes,
times 2, so yun na nga. Very obvious. Paano na kayo? 6. So 0.5 times 12 is 6. And then 167 divided by 12 is 13 point, ano na to?
91.
91,
6666.
66666. Ito, pwede nyo kunin yung kahit dalawa lang. 0.91. So makukuha nyo dyan is 10 point something. Diba? 10.99. Basta parang 10.9. So pwede nyo i-round off na lang yan to get the value of 11. Pero pwede nyo naman kumpletuhin para makuha nyo talaga yung exact value ng 11.
2.
Okay. And then, so again, 11 is equivalent to letter B. Then 13 divided by 12 is 1, remainder 1. 1 divided by 12 is 0. Ilan to? 12, 24,
0.8333.
0.8333. Okay, then multiply this one and you will get 1. Then read the remainder part from bottom to top. So 1, 1, B6. Base 12. Okay? So again, we now only have 1 minute. So yung may mga question mamaya, so mamaya na lang kayo magtanong. And then sa mga walang question, so pwede na kayo mag-leave ulit. And just wait 5 to 7 minutes. Same routine tayo. Okay, convert ko pa kasi yung video. Okay, so see you later. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 5 to 7 minutes.